A Christmas tradition that supports local business made its return Sunday. Kids were shopping over at the Crosstown Local Market, where kids are dropped off with money to buy their parents some presents. The store supplies volunteers to help kids find the perfect gift, and they even do the wrapping right at the store. It's part of their Kids Christmas shopping event. For 6 years, the event has been an annual tradition for families and helped support the more than 50 local vendors that supply the store's inventory. And that didn't change when ownership changed this past summer.
We bought it this summer and we've kept it up. You're buying local from local artists that are within an hour's drive of this place. It's local handmade stuff. And that's why we kept it open, is because our community in Watertown deserve a place like this.
The new owners say part of the store's commission helps them donate towards Toys for Tots, the Cancer Basket, the Children's Miracle Network, and other causes.